What's up, RoyalSpartan Tribe? This is RoyalSpartan125, back for yet another great reaction. Okay, this is Christmas season, and this is going to be my first Christmas one, you can tell by the hat. And this is the animated history of Christmas. Ooh. Now, I made the thumbnail like a year ago, last Christmas, and I held on to it for this long, so the me on the thumbnail isn't the same as the me now. Beard's a bit longer and thicker and all that, But the way it goes. Held on to the thumbnail for a full year just to get this video done. So it's the first one I'm doing. So let's jump in.
This episode is supported by Audible. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through YouTube, not a creator was stirring, not even Lasso. Subscription feeds were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that a Suibhne video would soon be there. KB was nuzzled all snug in his bed, while visions of PragerU tormented his head. Old Shift X in his kerchief and Benji in his cap, Kagito had settled for a long winter's nap. Let's talk about Christmas. Where does Christmas come from? That's obvious, you type in the comments section. Christmas is about le baby Jesus. Case closed. Well, cozy on up to the fire, get your mulled wine or eggnog, put away a Christmas carol, and instead, let's break out.
Haha, here we go.
Rewind 2019 years. Jesus, the prophesied Messiah, or in Greek, Kyrios, Christ, was born in Bethlehem, birthing a brand new religion. Soon to be united over the millennia, celebrating peace and love and... Just kidding, they split into like a million different branches. Christmas comes from Christ, Mass. Mass coming from the Latin phrase given at the end of the church ceremony. Ite missa est. The first recorded Christmas was in Rome in 336, but in the East they probably celebrated it as well. Religion so often is used as a tool, and the Romans recognized its potential to unify their empire more cohesively. They had centuries of practice by this point after all, incorporating Etruscan, Greek, Celtic and Germanic gods into their own pantheon, copying their neighbor's homework, editing it slightly so the teacher doesn't catch them cheating. But Rome had to do a lot of PR to make the new custom acceptable around the empire, especially when Christianity was made the state religion. It's all in how you sell it. First problem.
Okay, I personally think this is very, very interesting. I know Jesus wasn't born when they say he was born, or even, if you believe Jesus was real, he probably was. Is it? Why would they write a book about it if he wasn't real? Yeah, I know he was supposed to be born in like a springtime or something, wasn't it? Something like that. Well, that's what people believe anyway. Some people believe. But everyone else like, oh yeah, Christmas, that's when he was born. No. I seriously doubt that.
The Bible doesn't say what time of the year Jesus was born, but we do know it probably wasn't December because it does mention that it was grazing season. December was a Roman idea. Throughout Europe, ancient cultures had developed similar customs and religions based on the seasons. Nature was what all pre-Christian civilizations had in common. Who knows how the universe works after all, but I'll be damned if we don't pray for summer to come back during the winter festival unless anyone else has any better ideas. The same goes for the Romans. The god of agriculture, wealth, harvest and fatherhood, Saturn, was venerated in a large Roman festival during the winter solstice, the height of winter when the days were short, snow covered the land, and the ground was dead. Saturnalia was Rome's biggest festival, leading up to December 25th, and a new year, new summer, and new harvest was on its way. Christmas was moved to December 25th to coincide with and then replace the Saturnalia. Non-Christians did grumble and complain, but when eating, drinking, and partying stayed the same, who cares which god it was honoring, so long as the custom remained, until they encountered problem number 2.
I mean, let's face it, who doesn't like a good party, yeah? The only reason I celebrate Christmas now is because of my family, mostly, and also it's a bit of fun. you know? I'm not religious. I grew up with Christmas, and it's just, one of those things. But, you get the drink, you get to have a Christmas dinner, you know what I mean? You get to spend it with your family, and sometimes you get presents, I suppose. As long as you get the party, right? That's it. You get to drink and eat and have fun. That's it.
When the heathens of the north became Christians, they brought their own winter festivals with them. By far the biggest was Yuletide, celebrating the wild hunt of Odin to bring forth a new year and good fortune. They drank copious amounts of alcohol during these festivities, like wine and cider, boiled and spiced, served hot to keep them warm during the winter months. And by golly, if that doesn't sound familiar. Yuletide and Saturnalia left their mark all over Christmas like magical pixie dust. A Christmas tree was an evergreen, considered magical because it never lost its leaves in winter. Pagans brought these trees into their homes, a little piece of summer, to remind them of warmer weather, who adorned their trees with candles for light and apples to represent the Garden of Eden. Candles soon gave way to the miracle of electricity, and apples, smelly and rotten, were replaced by shiny glass baubles. What about the wreath on the door? A symbol of the Roman Emperor, of course. Even mistletoe, a symbol of, fertility, was hung on the doors of the Romans during the Saturnalia. Its berries were thought to give off aromas and encourage some, PG-13 fun time. But don't worry kids, nowadays a simple kiss will do. Yeah. Just make sure you wear your paper crown from your Christmas cracker to mimic true Roman authenticity. These pagan rituals blended with Christian ones over time. The top of the tree was decorated with the Star of Bethlehem, which guided the three magi to the baby Jesus, or the angel Gabriel who appeared to Mary. Pop your presents under the tree, carefully labeled, ready to be opened after dinner on Christmas Eve. Christmas morning is for church, after all. Until, of course, the churches started holding later services on Sunday, allowing the citizens some well-earned rest from the previous day's festivities, and plenty of time to open gifts on Christmas morning instead. Which leads us to problem number 3.
I mean, I know I said I'm not religious because I'm not, but I enjoy Christmas because it's different. It's something... Like the whole year is the same, except maybe Halloween. You get Easter, which isn't really, big for me, Chocolate eggs and stuff, fair enough. That's about it. You get Halloween, Halloween's for kids here in the UK. I know I've heard, like in the United States, adults get into it a lot more, But mostly in the UK, it's mostly for kids, unless you're having like an office party or something, or a private party or something like that. But Christmas is only the time where it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Decorations, shops, you know what I mean? Everybody gets into it. And maybe not everybody, but Christianity is the national religion here. The official one. Anyway. It's just everywhere, decorations and all. And you just can't help but get into that sort of where everything just looks different and cleaner and happier. And I love it, Just love the feeling it gives you. It's great.
Gift-giving figures have been associated with winter festivals since ancient times. The Christian origin of this practice comes from the story of the three magi, also called the three wise men, who brought the infant Jesus gold, frankincense and myrrh, and so was the custom for early Christians. Christendom also venerated a certain Saint Nicholas. One story tells of a poor family who left their wash stockings by the fireplace to dry, in which Saint Nick left them each a lump of gold. But the story doesn't end there. In Britain, a jolly green-clad gift-giver of English folklore visited peasants in the winter, bringing them gifts like toys and sweets for the children, and wine and food for the adults, nicknamed Father Christmas. In Germany it was Odin, with his long white beard during Yuletide. In Finland, Joulupukki, pulled along by flying goats. It is here we also have the origin of elves, especially the Tomten, who helped farmers and peasants in winter with chores in the middle of the night. In Lower Germany and Austria, Kris Kringle, literally Christ Child, a gift giver rooted in Germanic and Slavic mythology. In the Low Countries, Western Germany and Switzerland, Saint Nicholas became Sinterklaas, a red-clad bishop who rode into town on a horse. Far off in the coldest of cold, frozen wasteland, the gift bringer in Russia and Ukraine was Ded Moroz, Grandfather Frost, the Slavic pagan wizard of winter who slowly morphed into a Christmas character. These ancient European pagan gift givers would become blended and mashed with the aforementioned Saint Nicholas, cutting off some of the nasty bits and replacing them with a child-friendly, jolly exterior, making him the most famous Christmas icon in history. We will never know for sure though, as children's literature ensured that Santa lived in the North Pole, where no child running away from home could possibly find him. Just leave him a glass of milk and cookies, or a carrot for his horse, or, in Australia, a nice pint of ice-cold beer. Sleep well, children, and celebrate the way humans have for centuries.
Okay, that is the end of the video. I enjoyed that. Nice little snippet of history for Christmas. And yeah, I like how they took all the different characters from all around the world and put them into one guy. Yeah. Santa Claus. Yeah, so it's nice to see all that. I mean, I'm sure some people will jump in the comment section if any of this is untrue or wrong in any way, you know. They always do. And that's great. I like to see that. I like to see people getting involved and coming in, pointing things out and going, hey, no, you know what? He was actually wrong about this, he was wrong about that. This is really what it is, and I'll go watch this video, or, you know, just shows that you're watching and you're paying attention and all that kind of stuff, yeah. I really do enjoy Christmas because it's just the feeling it gives you, time of year, you know. Lovely sparkly lights and trees and stuff, and it's just a bit of fun, really, for me, you know. A break from the norm, so to speak. Boring life. Just something different for a month or so. Okay, hope you enjoyed the reaction. Until next time, I am out of here.